Welcome to Film Vibe. If anyone joins my YouTube channel today, please subscribe and join. Today is the film I have brought, Dungeons Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. T is released 2023 and this is directed by Mr. John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein. This story is written by Mr. John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein and Michael Gillio. It stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Regine Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, Hugh Grant, Chloe Coleman, Daisy Head, Kyle Hickson, Spencer Wilding, and others. So let's move on the story. Before being imprisoned, Bard Edgin Darvis was a member of the Harpers, an organization that upheld peace until the Red Wizard's followers slaughtered his wife. Together with thief Forge Fitzwilliam, outlaw Simon Omer, barbarian Holga Kilgore, and Forge's enigmatic companion Safina, Edgin made an effort to start over for himself and his daughter Kira by turning to thievery. Edgin was accompanied by the barbarian Holga Kilgore. Edgin attempted to invade a Harper stronghold to take a tablet of reawakening to bring his wife back to life, but he and Holga were caught as their accomplices made off. After spending 2 years in the freezing prison of Rebel's End, the two escape and find Neverwinter, where they discover that Forge has taken over as ruler after the previous ruler inexplicably became disabled. Forge has been providing for Kira, persuading her that Edgin's incarceration was the result of his egocentric selfishness. Safina is revealed to be a Red Wizard, and she and Forge plan their capture on purpose. Safina tries to kill Edgin and Holga, but they manage to get away. They resolve to break into Forge's vault and bring Kira home during the next High Sun Games, since they need the tablet to convince Kira of their innocence and restore Edgin's wife back to life. The gladiatorial games were previously outlawed, but Forge reinstated them under the pretense that doing so would increase tourism and revenue. Simon advises enlisting Doric, a tiefling druid whose woodland settlement is resisting Forge's forced logging orders. When Edgin and Holga find him to offer assistance, Doric enters Forge's castle after changing into a fly and discovers the vault as Simon is unable to overcome Mordenkainen's magical protections. Simon suggests that the Helm of Disjunction, a magical artifact, could be able to neutralize them. They go to an ancient cemetery to inquire of Holga's forefathers about where to locate it. The corpses tell they handed the helm to Zenkiendar, a paladin who left his nation, Thay, after Red Wizards transformed his people into an undead army. Simon raises the dead using a talisman for them to respond to 5 questions each. One body is left alive despite not having been subjected to all 5 questions. After making Edgin pledge to share any rewards with the people, Zenk leads the gang through the Underdark to find the helm, a teleportation staff that was acquired from. They discover the relic with Holga's ex-halfling spouse, but are then ambushed by the Yen assassins hired by Safina. Before leaving, Zenk defeats the assassins and aids the party in escaping from the chubby red dragon Themberchaud. They decide to use the staff to enter the vault during the games because Simon is having problems controlling the helm's strength. When Simon and Holga break through the magically closed door, they discover that the space is empty but for a magical trap. Edgin gets subdued by Safina while posing as Kira. The group is apprehended and made to take part in the competitions, but they are able to get out of the stadium. The party recovers the boat for themselves and saves Kira from Forge, who threatened her, when Doric finds that Forge has put the wealth onto a boat and is getting ready to escape. Life of Kira. As they make their getaway, the party realizes Safina planned the games to bring a sizable audience and used the curse that devastated Thay to convert them into an army of the undead. Before Safina's spell takes effect, the party escapes, teleporting Forge's stolen goods off of the boat and dispersing them via hot air balloon across the city. This forces the spectators out of the stadium. Safina assaults the party after being defeated, but Simon can use magic to break Safina's time-stopping spell, allowing Kira to use the invisibility pendant that Ejin and Holga gave her as a kid to attach an anti-magic bracelet on Safina. When Doric attacks her in owlbear form and she is subsequently crushed by falling rubble, Safina dies. While Holga survives but is seriously hurt, Ejin uses the tablet to revive her while acknowledging that he was only doing it for himself because Holga had grown into an integral member of their family. Doric expresses interest in a romantic connection with Simon. The team is hailed as heroes of the realm by the restored Old Lord of Neverwinter, and Doric's people are given sovereignty over the land they were promised to protect. Forge, who was captured by Zenk while trying to flee, is sent to Revel's End after spectacularly failing to escape like Ejin and Holga did. So T is the story. Thank you very much for joining with me and see you again with